Okay, when you think about the future of trucking, future of transport,
Hmm.
what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Probably those self-driving trucks, right? The big sleek ones.
Exactly. The completely autonomous 18-wheeler, cruising down the highway, no driver. That's the flashy image, the movie pitch.
Yeah, that definitely gets the headlines. But, if we're really looking at what's changing logistics right now,
Right.
today, it's maybe less about the robot drivers, surprisingly, and much more about something quieter, data. Just the sheer power of data.
Right. Okay, so let's frame this deep dive then. We're looking into this quiet revolution happening in trucking.
Yeah.
Our sources are pretty clear. A modern truck, it's not just a vehicle anymore. It's basically become a rolling data
Farm
farm.
on wheels, yeah.
And this is happening now. It's behind the scenes, but it's already, saving companies millions, boosting safety, getting goods delivered on time, and crucially, without needing all that futuristic robot tech just yet.
The groundwork is already laid, the infrastructure is running. To really get this, you have to stop thinking about the truck as just like steel and tires.
Okay.
Every new rig is packed. I mean, sensors everywhere, cameras, sophisticated GPS, powerful computers right there on board. That whole connected system, that's the data farm.
So it's not just driving, it's constantly harvesting. That feels like the right word.
It is.
But what exactly are these high-tech farms collecting? Because the list, when you look at it, it seems pretty comprehensive.
Oh, it's exhaustive. We're talking constant streams of real-time data. Things like detailed engine performance, oil pressure, temperature, that kind of thing.
Right.
Minute-by-minute fuel use, how the driver's actually driving, braking habits, acceleration,
No.
tire pressure constantly monitored. Even things like, the road conditions right around the truck, the local weather.
And it's just gathering all this effortlessly as it rolls along. I like the analogy in the source material.
Yeah.
Every mile collects billions of tiny, invisible seeds, data points.
Yeah.
And just like a farmer uses seeds to get a better yield, these companies gather the data to nurture, well, smarter, safer, more efficient fleets.
That's it, exactly. But of course, data just sitting there on a server somewhere, pretty useless.
Right.
The really critical piece is what happens next. This flood of information gets piped immediately into what some people are calling these super intelligent brains.
Okay, let's unpack that phrase, super intelligent brains. It sounds a bit sci-fi. What are we actually talking about here? Does this analysis happen in the truck, or is it all going up to the cloud?
It's mostly cloud-based, yeah. Centralized platforms running some pretty sophisticated machine learning. Super intelligent brains is really just a catchy way of saying highly advanced software.
Gotcha.
Software designed for one thing, real-time analysis. These systems can sift through millions of data points way faster than any human could, spotting patterns, correlations, stuff that's basically invisible otherwise.
So this is where we go from just, collecting data points to actually getting insights.
Yeah.
This is the predictive analytics part.
Precisely.
They're not just logging what happened. They're trying to forecast what might happen.
Exactly. They connect seemingly random dots to tell a story, usually about a potential problem or a risk coming up.
Okay, give us some concrete examples then. How does the system connect two things that, on their own, might not mean much?
All right, let's think about predictive diagnostics. The system isn't just waiting for a warning light to flash. It's looking for cumulative stress.
Okay.
So, for instance, maybe it notices over the last, say, 3 days, a truck's engine has consistently run just 2 degrees hotter than its normal average.
Could be anything, right? Weather.
Could be, but simultaneously, the system registers that the drivers had to downshift really aggressively, more often than usual, maybe in a specific hilly region.
Okay, so separately, maybe just noise, drivers hitting some hills, engines working a bit harder.
Right. But the brain connects them. It sees that combo, the engine stress plus the aggressive driving in that particular area is putting extra strain on, say, the transmission cooling pump. Or think about brakes. The system might notice the brakes on the front right wheel are wearing down, maybe 10% faster than the other 3.
Which, again, could just be road camber or maybe alignment slightly off.
Could be. But what if the system then correlates that wear pattern with data showing the driver consistently takes corners sharper than average, or brakes late into turns?
And then it starts to paint a picture.
Exactly. A picture of a driver, maybe unknowingly, putting extra stress on that one specific wheel assembly.
So that combined data gives you some serious foresight. If you're managing the fleet, this basically means, well, the days of those sudden catastrophic roadside breakdowns, they could be numbered.
Largely, yes. Those breakdowns cost a fortune recovery, towing, missed delivery fines.
Huge costs.
The system flags these smaller things before they become total failures. So the fleet manager gets an alert, something specific like high probability of transmission pump failure within the next 300 operating hours. Schedule a fix during Thursday's layover.
Wow.
It means safer roads for everyone, less costly downtime for the company, and just way more predictability in their operations.
That predictability, that prevention,
Mm-hmm.
it leads straight to the money side of things, doesn't it? Running big truck fleets is incredibly expensive.
Astronomically, yeah.
But the sources show data is cutting costs, not by buying fancy new hardware, but just by optimizing how things are already running.
The financial payback is really significant. It comes down to squeezing efficiency out of everything. First, you've got fuel savings. Data allows for route optimization, avoiding traffic, finding the most fuel-efficient speeds. That adds up.
Okay.
Second, proactive maintenance scheduling. An emergency repair, needing parts rushed in, paying overtime for mechanics, that's always way more expensive than a planned, scheduled fix.
Makes sense. And third,
Just catching small problems early, like a slightly low tire or a component showing early signs of stress, directly extends how long the truck itself lasts. You get more life out of your expensive assets.
sweat the assets longer.
Exactly. And look, to make this real, think about that big fleet company in the sources. They put smart sensors on 2,000 of their trucks. This wasn't some R&D project. It was just adopting current data tech.
And the results? After just 1 year of actually using that data. Pretty incredible.
Dramatic. Immediate. Get this. They saw a 40% drop in major engine failures.
40%.
Insurance claims, the preventable ones, dropped by 25%. And because of the route and driving optimization, fuel efficiency climbed by 12%.
Wow. A 40% cut in engine failures. Not by buying new trucks, but just by analyzing the data their existing trucks were producing anyway.
That really hammers it home, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. This data stuff isn't just a nice extra. It's essential. It's generating real returns right now.
It proves the value proposition. It's changing their bottom line today.
Okay, let's shift gears now. Focus purely on safety, because this might be the most compelling part for, the general public. This idea of a growing secret safety network.
Yeah, based on shared anonymous data.
Even between competitors.
That's the key. It's a collective awareness system. The concept is pretty simple.
Mhm.
If one truck, doesn't matter whose fleet it's in, detects something dangerous, like a sudden patch of black ice or high crosswinds, or maybe an unexpected lane closure, others nearby in the network get an immediate heads up, anonymously.
Yeah.
Every mile driven by any truck in the network makes the whole system smarter, safer.
The source material uses this great little anecdote, Big Betty and Speedy Steve, to show how it works. Makes it really easy to visualize.
Right, let's walk through that. Picture Big Betty. She's driving through Kansas. Suddenly hits an unexpected downpour, just a local shower, makes a specific curve really slick.
Okay.
Her sensors pick up the slippery road instantly. Maybe her anti-lock brakes even kick in for a split second.
Right.
And immediately, Betty's system sends out an anonymous alert, tagged with the exact GPS coordinates. Reduced traction at mile marker 132. No driver info, no company info, just the hazard and location.
And crucially, that alert doesn't just sit there. Maybe 20 miles behind Betty, here comes Speedy Steve. He has no idea about that sudden wet patch up ahead.
None at all. But because his truck is also part of this shared network,
He gets a warning.
instantly a message pops up on his dashboard. Caution, reduced traction ahead, mile marker 132.
Wow.
So Steve gets the warning. He slows down before he hits the slick spot, maybe increases his following distance, and just cruises safely through a hazard he otherwise would hit totally unprepared, possibly too late.
That's a game changer for road safety, not just for the truckers, but for, all of us sharing the road with them.
Absolutely. It's like having hyperlocal weather and road condition alerts delivered right when you need them, based on what the vehicles themselves are experiencing.
Kind of like Waze, but baked into the truck's actual systems, reading the physics of the situation.
That's a good way to put it. And, beyond those external hazards, the data also gives fleet managers huge insights into driving behavior itself, which acts as a powerful coaching tool.
Okay, so this is where efficiency and safety overlap again. If the system tracks things like hard braking, fast acceleration, sharp turns, it identifies behaviors that are both costly and risky.
It absolutely does. It reveals patterns.
Yeah.
Managers can then use that objective data. They can reward drivers who demonstrate safe, efficient, driving, smooth acceleration, low fuel use.
Yeah.
And they can also intervene early if they see risky patterns emerging, like someone consistently speeding or braking hard all the time before it leads to an accident or an expensive breakdown. Training becomes much more targeted.
So this tech is clearly here. It's working. It's delivering results now, not some far-off future thing.
Yeah.
So thinking ahead then, what's next for these rolling data farms? Where does this evolve in the near term based on the sources?
Well, the big direction seems to be integration. This data is so rich, so localized, so real-time. Other groups are starting to see the potential.
Like who?
Like cities. Imagine cities getting continuous real-time reports on road surface conditions directly from hundreds or thousands of trucks passing over them. They could fix potholes, cracks, pavement issues much faster and more efficiently than waiting for complaints.
That makes sense. And I bet the insurance industry is very interested in this too.
Oh, hugely interested. They're moving towards smarter, fairer insurance rates. Instead of using broad industry risk categories, they can base premiums on the actual documented driving behavior of a specific fleet's trucks.
So prove your drivers are safe with data, get better rates.
Exactly. Creates a direct financial incentive for safety. Plus, for logistics companies themselves, all this refinement just means more reliable deliveries, which impacts supply chains everywhere.
Yeah, huge ripple effects.
Definitely. And, looking further out, when those autonomous trucks do become common, they're going to rely heavily on this exact data infrastructure. These shared real-time insights will be critical for them to make smart, safe decisions. It's not just changing trucking, it's quietly rebuilding the whole ecosystem we depend on.
This has been fascinating, a real deep dive. For me, the big takeaway is the revolution wasn't really about the truck's hardware, its power or its shape. It was about seeing the truck differently, seeing it as a moving brain, really. A safety sensor, a massive data generator on wheels.
And that kind of leads us to a final thought, something for you, the listener, to maybe chew on.
Okay.
If anonymous shared data between vehicles can instantly warn drivers about things like slick roads or dangerous curves, what other kinds of collective real-time data sharing could dramatically improve our everyday public safety? Using sensors and instruments we probably already have. Think beyond just traffic. The potential for this kind of proactive shared information, it feels pretty boundless, doesn't it?
Definitely something to think about. We'll leave it there for this deep dive.